It's just us. 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 It's just us.
All right. Good. Man, well, I'm excited today on It's Just Us. I have a dear friend of mine. I've known this guy for I don't even know how long at this point. Um, what? Since you were 16?
Yeah, it's been a grip. It's
I've
been a
known
grip.
Anyway, I'm excited to have my friend, my brother, Chris Dean, better known as Chris Syncere.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a great conversation, bro. I'm looking forward we're gonna have some fun. We'll jump into a number of topics, but I think I'm just thankful to have you on this, you saying yes to this and
Yeah, man.
being a part of this. And then two, yeah, man, I just obviously full of wisdom, knowledge, resources, creative, genius, so many different things. Before we get into the heavier stuff, I like to start these things real light, with a rapid fire. I'll start with the first one. What's your go-to coffee order? If you drink coffee, or if not, you have a go-to tea
Bro,
order.
so I don't be drinking coffee like that,
Okay.
bro. I'm a tea guy.
You're the second person that's told me this.
Bro, I be going to Starbucks and just doing like a green tea.
Okay.
But in like the last month or so, I have been doing a little cafe con leche situation.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I meet with a mentor of mine at Foxtail and stuff.
Okay. Which
Every
Foxtail?
now and
This one
then.
right here?
No. We go to the.
You ain't gotta tell your location.
Oh yeah. Drop the location. Yeah. No, yeah, but yeah, Foxtail. We do. And I'll do like a little cafe con leche situation.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
I
new.
I guess that. But yeah.
All right, cool. What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie in general, and then also, is there a new or recent movie that you're into that you like?
Favorite movie of all time, Sky High. Second favorite movie of all time, Spider-Man 2, Tobey
Okay,
Maguire.
okay.
But if we going as of recent, bro, I can't think off the top of my head, bro, but the show I was telling you about, Sterling K. Brown, before we started filming, bro, Paradise, bro.
Okay,
That's the best show I've seen.
Okay,
ever,
I
bro.
gotta watch the show. Me and
Bro.
my wife have to watch it because you're like the third person that's brought up Paradise
Bro.
in the last maybe month. So we gotta.
I'm telling you,
tap
bro,
in.
Paradise is
it, huh?
Yeah.
Sterling K. Brown is phenomenal. I've seen him in other things.
Yeah.
and he's a brilliant actor. For sure.
Yeah, he's really good, bro.
Yeah. Okay. What's something? I'll go a little bit deep, but
Yeah.
what's something you feel like you're learning right now in this current season in 2026 of April?
I'm learning that I have the right to be wrong. I'm learning I got the right to be wrong, bro. I felt for a long time, especially in like the church culture that I was brought up in.
Yep.
There was such an emphasis on leadership and stuff, and I took that and I brought it into every area of my life, bro.
Yeah.
Where it was like the relationship that I was in, my freaking music, like. I used to work at a hotel while I was interning and stuff. I'm like, bro, every area of my life, bro, was like, I gotta always be on it. I gotta always be right. I gotta always be have the leader Chris turned on.
Yeah.
And if it was like, bro, I felt like I had no room. I felt like I didn't have the right to be wrong, bro. You know what I mean? And I think now I'm trying to be more comfortable with like, it is actually normal that you are wrong sometimes.
Yes.
It is normal that you fall short sometimes, and you just got to be okay with that.
Was it always music? Was it when did the desire for you to want to become an artist begin?
Yeah. I've been doing music since I was uh I wrote my first songs when I was in like fourth or fifth grade, bro. Like it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
Um, since I was a little kid, bro. I always had a passion for music. Not even necessarily music, writing, bro. Because I don't, bro. I still don't know music theory. I couldn't tell you like, we be like reading our hymns at the church I go to right up the street here.
yeah,
We be reading our hymns. They be having like the sheet, like
yeah.
with the
Sheet music.
sheet music. I'd be like, I don't know what notes to hit right now. I'd be like a millisecond off from everybody. I'd be trying to listen to what they're singing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah. And then I'll get the melody and follow along after. But like, I still don't know none of that stuff,
Yeah.
bro. But I've always had just a passion for writing, and telling a story, and I think doing it in a creative way.
Yeah, it's interesting because when we talk about inspiration, it's usually derivative for most people. It's strictly music, but for you,
Yeah.
you've kind of found inspiration amongst a lot of different artists.
Yeah, bro. So really across any creative medium, I've always, and even in school and stuff, when I was growing up, I always found myself gravitating towards the folks that were like, just like unorthodox.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just like real different. So I wasn't a fan of like your Hulk Hogan's or like The Rock, even though those guys are a little bit before my time.
For sure.
Or like even like I don't know, like your John Cena's, like as far as wrestling goes. I didn't relate to the super muscular buff dudes like
Yeah.
with the macho personality. I always liked Jeff Hardy because he was dyeing his hair. He had the tattoos.
Yeah.
He wasn't all that buff.
Yeah.
He would just wear some baggy pants and
Right.
a face paint and stuff to the ring.
Yep.
And I thought that was cool, bro.
Yeah.
He was just so unique and different. And musically, like I didn't even like rap music like that, and like actually become a fan until probably like 8th grade, 9th grade.
Yeah.
It was all alternative rock, punk rock.
What are some
Fall
of
Out-
the bands you were listening to? Bro?
Fallout Boys,
Okay.
bro.
Okay. Yeah.
Kevin Rudolph, Avril Lavigne.
Wow.
I used to love Maroon 5.
I didn't know Chris Sincere was a rockhead, guys.
Bro.
You didn't know.
Still am, bro. Still
is.
am. Like, and then we go middle school. It was like Sleeping with Sirens,
Wow.
Pierce the Veil. And then like the more like poppy stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, Maroon 5. I
Yeah.
used to love Chris Allen.
Come on, bro.
Freaking Nickelback. I know I get roasted for that with with Nickelback. I used to love me some
Yeah.
Nickelback, bro.
That's funny.
One Republic's my favorite band of all time.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. I didn't know that.
One Republic. Plain
Wow.
White Tees is a close second.
Wow. We're
So
getting into the lore, bro. I did
Yeah,
not
yeah.
know any of this.
yeah, dude.
Wow.
Oh, bro. Man, don't get me started.
Nah, I
I'll
won't.
go word for word, bar for bar on every One Republic album, bro.
Wow, that's fine.
But yeah, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's some of the inspos growing up.
Dope.
Yeah.
And then so from that, what drew you to say I want to, from being a writer, from knowing that you had this creative and artistic approach, was music fostered in your household, or was it more like, hey, I just knew I wanted to create
Yeah.
and found this was kind of my lane to create through?
Yeah, bro. I feel like I say this sometimes. I feel like I had like an extra bone in my body when I was born, and it was like a music bone or like a creative bone.
Yeah.
Because nobody in my family does music.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, my uncle is like a spoken word artist, so I saw a lot of that growing up.
Yeah.
But my mom was a big fan of music. I attribute a lot of what I know musically to my mom.
Yeah.
But she was playing stuff from the freaking 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, everything from every genre, bro.
Right,
So
right.
so a lot of, how I was crafted musically is because of her. And even like culturally, a lot of our family friends were from different cultures. And so I got to see a lot of that also. It wasn't just different genres of music, it was different cultures. So when I would go to my Puerto Rican family's house, it was, you know what I'm saying, arroz con pollo and the music, and they was
Yes.
doing the birthday parties and
Yeah.
the whole thing, bro. So
Quinceañeras.
yeah, bro. So I had a lot of kind of exposure to that, you know what I'm saying, growing up. And so I think in a lot of ways it was like perfectly tailored for me to be, who I am now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, nobody was really doing music like
Wow.
that, you know. But
Wow.
yeah,
That's great. That's great. So fast forward to you becoming a young adult, and then you start taking music serious. What is that? How does that transition, or was it even? I'm trying to think. Even back then, I felt like you were pretty serious about it. Even in
yeah,
high school,
yeah,
it was real. But what was
yeah,
the? And I kind of want to talk through your love and desire, because beyond music and beyond being an artist, and kind of your it, and it definitely impacts the way you deliver art now and how you make music now. But your heart for people, your heart for Jesus, of course.
yeah,
Um, how did that all impact your your work, and those worlds kind of colliding?
for sure, bro. Man, I think since I was a kid, I always was a sensitive guy, bro. Like, I mean, we if we're talking, I got a distinct memory from when I was in like daycare, bro. And you remember the show Ben 10,
Ben
bro?
10, I don't know if I know it.
So yeah, it was a show Ben 10, bro. I used to
Okay.
love, and you had this character in there named Forearms, but it sent we just being dumb little kids, man. Like me and the kids at daycare, there was this fifth grader that was there, and to like a 6 year old, a fifth grader is like, oh shoot, you the
Yeah.
goat, So we had done these drawings of Forearms of this character in Ben 10, and the fifth grader was like, "Oh, whoever does the best drawing can, is gonna be my best friend." And so it was like a bunch of us little sixth graders just going crazy trying to draw the best Forearms, and then he picked some dude over me, bro, and bro, that still rings in my head to this day, bro. And I know you like people could think, "Oh, this is like that's silly or whatever," but as somebody that always had rejection issues from my dad, a little moment like that where somebody gets picked over me um, was really hard. So I always grew up a sensitive kid,
Yeah.
and I think that's why I always had a heart for people.
Mm.
Maybe, as I've grown up and matured, I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's like, there was maybe it's a little bit of me projecting, like, oh man, I'm giving you the love that I wish that I got. Maybe it's some of that, but I always had a heart for people.
Yeah.
And so when it trickles into the music, and when it trickles into the creativity, or when it trickles into my shows, I want to create moments. I want to create environments. I want to speak in such a way where people can say, "Yo, I relate to that." In the same way I used to look at Jeff Hardy, in the same way I used to look at freaking Kanye West, like
Yeah.
as these like almost like just misunderstood
Yeah.
kind of folks. I'm like, man, yeah, this it all works. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
But
Yeah, absolutely. I think I think that's one of the things that I feel like makes you a little bit different than, or a lot of bit different, I'd say, than other artists. Whether it's, I mean, just in hip hop in general, is that predominantly, even amongst Christian and gospel hip hop, we can get into that too. It is a predominantly, or seems a predominantly selfish sport, if you will.
Yeah.
And I feel like because your process of creativity starts with selflessness, and you care about people. When I listen to your songs, it doesn't feel like look at me. It feels more like learn from my life, my mistakes, my
100%.
some of the things that I've encountered, the way I process stuff, and whether you decide to do that or you're in that, you don't have to. It doesn't have to end like this.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really beautiful way to share art. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah, man.
I love that. I just had a conversation with a friend of mine, and him and I did an internship program together
Yeah.
at our church years ago. And it was interesting. We were talking just about the dynamic of being in an incubator in a program like that, where everybody's doing the same thing,
Yeah.
and you are, because of proximity, because of the way that everybody's gearing towards success, which is graduation. Maybe it's ministry. Maybe it's some type of vocation afterward, and connect in conjunction with it. You are in relationship and friendship with a lot of people, and we were talking about, because once you graduate, people move away,
Yep.
people do other things. Depending on how intentional you were in that program, at trying to be a friend beyond the surface level stuff
Yeah.
is what the friendship looks like today, like now.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about it. I was like, he was like, probably like two, two friends, three friends, maybe
Bro, literally,
that he
bro.
had, including me, like from the program that he still talks to.
Yeah.
And it was just an interesting thought because I was like, yeah, unless you are really intentional, and like you said, going beyond what it is we do and being artists, but if we're not going further or taking it a step further, of like, yo, checking in, like, how's your life really
Yeah, bro.
beyond the music? I'm not talking about your song, but how's your marriage? How is
Yeah.
your, your spirit? And most people aren't doing that. I think reality is beyond artistry. I've talked to a lot of different men, and women too, and most people just don't do that. Most people don't have a healthy concept of what friendship looks like, or deep friendship, I should say.
Yeah.
I think it is very easy to be like, cool, we are on the same wavelength. We are doing the same thing. We're in the same spaces. So we should be friends, or we should be connected.
Yeah.
And I think social media can sometimes muddy the idea of what real friendship or relationship looks like, or should look like.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I think it's just interesting, those conversations and those thoughts. Like, I've talked to some of my mentors who are pastors, and one of my mentors, he's a very, very genuine person, and he straight up was like, yo, I don't think there's somebody in this space as real as I am.
Yeah.
And he was really right. He was like, man, this idea of what friendship looks like, or what success of friendship looks like.
Yeah.
He's like, that's not it. People don't really want you to call them and tell them how you really doing. Like, if somebody calls you and say, or if somebody says, hey, how are you doing? The expectation is for you to just say good.
Right.
Versus, if you really check in with me and say, ask me how I'm doing, and I say, bro, I'm feeling horrible. I'm thinking about doing this.
Yeah.
People are really not.
Yeah,
people
bro.
are really uncomfortable with that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's rare to see that, bro. I saw a beautiful moment at church the other week. One of the bishops came up, and it was I forget which service. It was something around Easter. We had like a bunch of different services all throughout Holy Week.
Yeah.
It was the Stations of the Cross service. We do the Stations of the Cross thing. And bro, after it ended, I heard the bishops go up to somebody, one of the bishops go up to somebody and was like, hey, how are you doing? And the person said, I'm actually having a really bad day. And what was beautiful to me was, bro, the bishop stopped and he was like, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. And this was as I was walking out, I saw him sit down in the pew with this person and just start a conversation with them.
Yeah.
And I said, man, this is somebody I want to follow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That is beautiful.
Like, how often is it like, oh man, well, I'm sorry, I'll keep you in my prayers. I'm gonna pray for you.
But most people, even that they say that, they don't.
Even
pray.
that they don't. Yeah, bro. And it's I could talk for a million years about that, but yeah.
No, but I think it's important, man. I think people should take that perspective when it comes to relationships and friendships.
Yeah.
And think about, like, seriously, how much do you really want to be a friend? Because I mean, I get it. Some people really don't. I think it'd be better if people just did this. Hey, I'm not willing to invest that type of energy into this.
Right.
Straight up, say that from the top. That's a lot. Really, that's a very direct approach.
Yeah.
But I do feel like people would probably appreciate that more than you just not being available ever,
Yeah.
or just not truly wanting to be that type of friend.
I had a situation very similar to
Okay.
that, bro. Somebody kept texting me, bro. And it was like, yo, when are we hanging out? Yo, when we linking? Yo,
Yeah.
yo, are we? And I was just not replying, and I was hoping they was gonna get the message.
Sometimes you just got to be direct with people.
Bro, I sent a text. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna be honest. This is where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And I think that even though this is probably a hard message to
Sure.
hear, I would rather still be genuine and
Yeah.
and telling you how I feel.
Yeah.
and being like, hey man, I don't know that I want to be like just real tight, real close, as opposed to just letting it continue to slide and faking the thing,
Right.
and going to coffee and doing
Of course.
it, and just like, all right, man, I got
feel
too
like
much
you,
going.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, if you was ever had a girlfriend and when you was young, you would much rather the girl, if she straight up said at the top of the conversation, hey, I'm just not interested.
Yeah.
Much rather appreciate that than the girl who's stringing you along for
Yeah.
weeks, months, days. You paying for dates, you buying
Yeah.
coffee. Then for her to be like, hey, player, I'm really not
Yeah.
into you like that. You like, yo, I done
I'd
spent
be like,
a grip
"Gang, you
on
just
you.
wasting my time,
You
man, my
wasting my
money."
time, my
Yeah.
money, my energy. You could have told me that from the top.
Facts.
So I think
Yeah.
being direct sometimes is as uncomfortable as it is, it can be helpful.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I want to talk a little bit about music, bro. I want to talk more. You got some. Well, before we even get into that, I know you took a significant break.
Yeah.
From social media, from music, from releasing and dropping any art. How important was that break for you, and just for your life and for your health?
I think if my life with Christ were to is to last for the rest of my life, I had to have taken that break, bro. I'm gonna keep it stacked.
Yeah.
Like, I think personally, maritally, like spiritually, if I don't, and I've done this since I started doing music, bro. It hasn't always been 6 months long which is the break I took. But there always have been times where I'll take a couple weeks off here, or I'll take a month off here. You might see me gone for 2 months here. And that in some ways has been, maybe detrimental to my growth and stuff like that. I feel like I would be much bigger of an artist had I, throughout the last couple of years, just been consistent all the time. But what I can stand here today on freaking April the 8th or whatever today is, like, and actually, I can stand here and confidently tell you, Graylin, like, out of all these whoever CHH ninjas you be seeing out here, bro, I'm telling you, I can confidently say I am emotionally mature by and large. I'm not all the way. I haven't not arrived, at perfect emotional maturity. I can honestly, confidently say I am emotionally mature. I can honestly, confidently say when my wife and I get into arguments and when we whatever, I am quick to apologize. May not mean I change my behavior immediately and things of that nature, but I'm quick to make attempts to reconcile. Like, I can confidently, honestly tell you that I am in my word every day, that I am, confessing my sin constantly.
Yeah.
That I am taking the steps to make sure that I am walking out my salvation with fear and trembling. I can confidently say that, and I don't know that half these ninjas can, bro.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I think that break was imperative, bro. I mean, we talked personally, and I'll share that story one day, man. But just in my personal life, bro, man, like, I think that and this is what I'll say, man, and we'll maybe wrap up in a little bit here, but I'll say this, Graylin, man, how do I want to say this? I always had a thought, and this is something maybe I was taught growing up and stuff. I had this thought of, if God is blessing me, that means that numerically I am doing well. That means that God is blessing it. And then as I went through the whole thing I went through these last 6 months, I feel blessed when I have a clean conscience. I feel blessed when I am laying my head down at night and my wife says, like, I love you. And we like cuddle before bed. Like, I feel blessed when I'm getting one person message me and say, man, this song blessed me. I'm loving this song. I'm so glad to see that you're back. I feel a lot less attached to numerical success as God's blessings.
Yes.
Because you know how many Christians had large ministries. You know how many pastors had
Sure.
large
Yeah, talk
ministries.
about it.
And we could say, oh, God is blessing this thing. God is really doing something awesome with this thing, right? And they have these moral failures.
Yeah.
Is God really blessing your life though, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Absolutely.
And so,
No,
yeah,
I
bro,
love that.
that's-
No, I love that. I think that's incredible. I think that's important, and it's interesting you say that. And we can wrap up on this thought.
Yeah.
But again, I think you have to come. There comes a point of maturity where you ask yourself, what does success look like
Right.
for you? Is it chasing the bag? Like I just heard, I forget what I was listening to or watching, but this concept of chasing the bag,
Right.
you will get burnt out real quick. And burnout happens when you've decided to take the emphasis off the real important things. What's really important? How your spirit is, how
Right.
your heart is, how your mind is, how your relationships are. How do you treat people? How do you care
Right.
for people? And what I've seen in listening and watching, and whether you're an artist, whether you're just someone who works a 9 to 5, whether you are a pastor or a leader, or you employ people, if you place only your intention on chasing the bag and getting the bag, you lose out on not just what really matters, but true success and what can hold you, what can make sure that you're healthy. And so
Yeah.
I think people just lose their way. They lose their values,
Yeah.
they lose their morals. And I'm glad to hear that you've decided,
Yeah.
regardless of what you could be getting or chasing, trying to achieve numerically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro.
I think that's important.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all up here and it's all in here. That's all it is, bro.
Yep.
That's all it is, bro.
Well, I'm glad, man. I love this conversation. Was there any last thoughts that you want to share with the people, man? You got some incredible
Yeah,
music.
man.
I've heard some unreleased.
Yeah,
things with you.
I sent him a joint right before this.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Hey, we coming. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, Chris Syncere, man. It's
Yes,
been
sir.
an honor. It's been a pleasure. I'm thankful for you, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm in your corner. Love you, man.
I love you too, bro. Good to see you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.